Where are we today, Jane?
Loch Anilin. It's not sunny. It's cold and misty. And it said it was going to be nice and cosy, and it's not. But coming up the road, it was nice and sunny, so I do believe we will get through weather. Staying optimistic. I don't think this is going to fit on these chunky shoes. No, come on. I want warm toes. Does that work? I don't think it really does it? Let's see. Because these are just rubbish, like these are just mesh that my feet will get involved. And we are going to Glen Feshie, well, Feshie and Glenfeshie, I think it's the same thing, I don't know. And it's basically near Aviemore. So we've done a little loop with my mum and dad around Loch Anilin. Was it January? No, it felt like January.
Before Christmas, I think.
Was it before Christmas? Jeez, is it that long? But it was covered in ice, so it was more like sketchy. So today is more gravel, a route that we haven't done before, and I took it from a book, so we'll see. Oh yeah, and there's also a segment called, what was it, the death climb?
Yes.
It's 9%. What are we doing? And it's not even short. I think it was like 1
Quite long, yeah.
1 point something kilometres, which I know doesn't sound much, but at 9%
On gravel.
on gravel doesn't sound too appealing. But yeah, it's 46.8 I think kilometres, so it's not a huge day out, which is nice. Just a little tootle. And then we're off to see mum and dad after. So we've just driven up from Edinburgh this morning, early, because I thought the car park was going to be packed, and it's not. It's like empty. Just you wait, because when we come back, it'll be packed. It does say they have to pay, but there's no guy in his wee home, so we're going to go, and if he comes back and says anything, we'll pay him then. But yeah, so it's a great start. Actually, I need to get my wires on. I'm going to start with my jacket on because I'm a wolf. It is cold. The thing is, I don't know. I'm going to maybe even start with my sunglasses off.
Layers are good.
Yeah. But that's what's good about gravel. I've got wee handlebar bar bag, so I can pop that on, and as I get warmer, I'll just de-layer. Oh, and my bananas are back to bananas. I don't think I'll need two, but I'll take two just in case. So we're about half an hour in and the sun's already coming out. We've climbed up a little bit out of Feshie, so you can see it's so pretty. So we've delayered and I'm taking a little piece up, so it's like that. And we've come to a junction where the roads split, so we can either go down this one, but we are going to take this one. This looks a lot more exciting actually, I kind of prefer that one. So yeah, we'll see where that takes us. I'm following the gravel route. I'll put the book in the description and I'll show it later. But we've done Feshie before, but we haven't done this route, so it's quite exciting. And it's such a better time of year. Everything's green. And now that the sun's come out, we're actually getting some really cracking weather. So fingers crossed it stays that way, because it was cold to start. But that's what I love about gravel. You can just take a few bags and shove layers in and things like that. For me, I'm always cold or too hot, so especially this time of year. I mean, it's June in Scotland, but it still feels a bit like kind of spring. So I've just got this bag from Camel Chops. They're an Aberdeen brand and they're awesome, so I would definitely recommend. But I've got like everything from food and my down jacket and my phone and everything that I need. Right, quick reach is there. Ready, Adam?
Yep.
Woo! Let's go. Now, then it greens out a bit, then it goes to an amber colour, and then it goes to red. And I think that's 9%. I'm hoping it's 9% because then we can just get it out and done with. And once we're over that climb, it's down to the valley and along the river back, I think.
Yeah, I think it's quite okay after that. It's just a bit of a...
How far have we actually come? Does they climb 202? Yes! So that must be the Mahusive one because they don't count little ones.
We've done 300 metres of elevation in...
I hear a cuckoo.
19k so far.
Yeah, the cuckoo. It's over there. Cuckoo, cuckoo. See, that's why you come here. Like, look at that view. It's so good.
Birds like this. Yeah.
Just stopped his shoe. But I just wanted to show the bog cotton. It's so much of it. Whee! We actually passed a bit earlier and I thought, is that sand? But it's not, it's just loads and loads of natural like bog cotton, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we just still haven't done that 9% yet, so we're still en route to it. But we saw it from the coming round that little valley there in the glen. It was like, looked up and I just saw this massive thing. So I pointed it out to Adam and thought, do you think we're going up there? I think it is. So we'll see. See how we get on. Because this is already steep and that's not steep as well.
You can't really get out of the saddle, can you?
No. Oh, it's not view though, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Didn't really have any control over what direction I was going there. Whose idea was this? Yeah, it's... Yeah, same here. Good for leg strength, I guess. Maybe. So here we are in the death climb. As you can see, I'm not on my bike because it's steep and rocky and I freak out. Really nice view though.
It doesn't look that much, but
Dead seriously.
with the gravel you just spin.
Yeah, it kind of looks doable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
I think that's the thing, like you can't stand up to have a little break, you just have to grind up it and then you're spinning your back wheels spinning on the wood. I'm glad it's just not chunky, I wouldn't have made a career of that.
nice views though. And we're back on the bike. We got a bit that was flat enough that we could actually get started again. So let's see how long this lasts.
At least if I can't the water, dry then.
Yeah.
Just because of the...
Yeah.
It's more of a your bike kind of...
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously I'm back home. We stopped the filming there. That last section was really close to home, but it was also really boggy, chunky, and a little bit unrideable in sections. And I don't know if that is just because I think like before there was a lot of rain, so the ground was just wet, like really wet, and there was like a lot of green moss that you think, oh, that looks like nice and soft to, well, like green stuff to ride on, and then you'd go over it and your wheel would disappear. I think as well it just kind of eroded some of the path, so a lot of it we just kind of walked our bikes down and scooted along bits because there's really chunky boulders, but with deep sections, so that you were just catching either your pedals or the bottom of your chain on rocks and stuff. So yeah, it was a little bit muddy and dirty and stuff. It was good fun, but I don't know if it would just, there's another like forestry road round that you could just avoid that. So if it's wet, I would definitely recommend that. All in all though, that's like it was such a good day. I really enjoyed it. I've done a little bit of, like I said, a little bit of Glen Feshie before with my dad, but that little section up Death Hill I hadn't done before, so the actual climb itself isn't that bad. It's just because it is, I mean it's great, it's wide enough so that you can kind of zigzag if you want to, but it is a little bit loose. So because it's, I think there's the Feshie elevator which includes the Death Climb, that segment. It's just under, Death Climb itself is just under a kilometre, but at 9.3%, so it is kind of steep, but the whole Feshie elevator is 1 point something kilometres, so by the time you get to the top your legs are getting a little bit tired, so and you can't really stand up on gravel because obviously the torque and stuff makes your wheels spin, but the views at the top are really worth it, and once you go over the top of that, then you have quite a steep descent down onto that wee tarmac road, and you take a left. I would definitely recommend, we got a wee bit lost just with the directions that when I was plotting it from the book, that it kind of told us to cross earlier than we had, so what you want to do is keep going down that tarmac road until you find a turning off to your left. It's a little off-road little route, and that'll take you to the bridge to cross, because we were really confused. We were like, what, we've got a river crossing? Or it was way too big to do a river crossing, so yeah, that's one thing I would definitely recommend. All in all though, I absolutely love this route because it's a bit of everything. So if you're looking for something that's got tons of different options of gravel, so you've got some really big chunky new roads that are made for forestry, there are some older ones that are a little bit more kind of bigger kind of rubbly stones, and then there's that lovely little tiny ones that me and Adam really enjoyed, so I would definitely recommend. It's got everything, so we were really lucky as well. It did start off a little bit overcast, but sun poked its head out in the end. My favourite bits, I would definitely say, are going through the glens. I mean, the climbs and stuff are brilliant, but that little bits through the glens are just beautiful. I mean, you could hear cookies and stuff like that. And coming back along Glenfeshie, along the river, just absolutely. I mean, we did have really good weather as well, but yeah, not too busy. We felt like we were in the middle of nowhere. We did get up really ridiculously early because I was adamant, like it was the Jubilee weekend, so I was like, there's going to be loads of people in the car park. No, nothing. There is a wee guy that you have to pay for parking, so but it is by card. You can pay by card, that's fine. He wasn't there when we were there, so I don't know if it was just Jubilee weekend, but normally they do charge for that, so it's something to look out for. Places, Aviemore is very close by, so you can stay in Aviemore. There's now a new Premier Inn there, which wasn't there when I was growing up, so that's quite handy. A train station, so if you want to take a train up, you can. There's also a little campsite there at Rothy Marcus at Lochaneelan, but it is bookable, so you have to book online. I would recommend if you want to stay there, because there was like people camping, bike packing, which is a good idea, so you can stay at the start of Lochaneelan. So after the little descent that we didn't film, you're literally just up the side of Lochaneelan, and that's us back to the car park where we started. Again, it's it can get quite busy, so just make sure, you know, if you are going out on a weekend or something, that you might need to get there a little bit early, not as early as we did, but overall it's absolutely fantastic. Really good gravel roads. I did get it from this book here. I mean, I just bought it for myself. I think it was off of Amazon or something, but it's got some really good routes all across Scotland, which I'm hoping to kind of take off as I go. It's got kind of nice descriptions and the map and everything there, and then you just plot it yourself. I don't think it was too expensive either. I think it was under £20, but yeah, I just bought it for myself because I had seen it and heard quite good things about it. I definitely recommend it because it kind of gives you different, you know, I would never have found that little sneaky bit down to the last little bit. So yeah, I'm going to hopefully take off a few of them and see what they're like. If you want the Strava segment, I'll pop my Strava in the description below, and you can go on and just take the route if you want to try it. But I would recommend changing that last section if it has been raining, which in Scotland is probably most likely. So yeah, but really enjoyed it. It was a great day out, so I'd definitely recommend going there and having a nice gravel day out.